This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Tim Serber.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Good Neighbors Podcast in Morgan County. This is a show where we sit down with business owners, leaders, and neighbors who make our community what it is. I'm your host, Tim Serber. And today I've got a great conversation. I'm excited about this. I've been waiting on this one. But you know, when the heat goes out in January, your AC quits in the middle of the summer, when you're just cutting up and down, you want somebody local, somebody who you can trust and somebody who can actually come out and fix the problem. You know, answer the phone even is a good thing for them. So that's exactly who we have in the studio today. I'm joined by Nick and Jeremiah Harriet, brothers, business partners, and owners of HRS Heating and Cooling right here serving Morgan County and the surrounding area. Nick and Jeremiah, welcome to the show.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tim. Thank you.
How you guys doing today?
Good.
Doing pretty good today. Thank you.
All right. Well, I tell you what, for folks who haven't met you guys yet, give us a quick introduction. You know, who's Nick and who's Jeremiah and what's HRS Heating and Cooling?
My name's Nick. This is my brother Jeremiah. Him and I own the company.
We strive to do the best we can in the heating and cooling world for the homeowners.
We're a family-owned company.
Yep.
You know, everything's pretty personal, so we're a family-owned company that we definitely take pride in our work.
Well, and I know you guys do. You know, going into business with a sibling is a big deal, right? I mean, I went in with my kids on a couple of adventures in my life, and that was a lot of fun. Let me tell you, headaches, but also good times too. So how did you guys decide to build HRS together? And then how do you divide up the work? Who handles what day to day?
Nick came on with us 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. 10?
Yeah, I'm over 10 now.
Nick's been with us for 10 years. I started the company 13 years ago. Nick came on 10 years ago.
Okay.
We worked hard to decide which route we were both going to handle for the most part. Nick now handles all the install side, runs the entire install department. I take care of the service and estimates. And for the most part, everything works just fine. I mean, I'm sure there's days that we get down each other's throats a little bit, but we work through it and come out best for the interest of the homeowners.
Yeah, and I know you guys have big hearts, and you have compassion to do what's best for the client. And that's important. You miss that in a lot of companies nowadays. Yeah. You founded HRS with the idea of putting the customer first, kind of what we just talked about.
Yep.
You know, take us back. What was happening in the industry or in your own experience that made you feel like this is the right starting point for you, Jeremiah, and then deciding when to, get Nick in there to help out?
Well, for me, it was more family related. I didn't have enough time for my daughter. I was working 16, 17 hours a day for everyone else, and I wanted to change that, have more time for family. Yeah. So Nick kind of gave me the boost he convinced me to start my own company, and a couple years later, he wanted to come on board himself.
Nice. Not a regret, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, when Morgan County homeowners call HRS, what's the experience you want them to have from the phone call to reaching out of the driveway, pulling out of the driveway? What are you trying to accomplish with that client?
So not that you're just a customer or phone number or just your typical run of the mill company. We want you, when you call us, to know that it's personal. We want to treat you like you're part of the family. When our parents were older, both of them are passed by now, but when they were older, they had contractors, stuff like that would come in. You would expect them to treat them with respect, to treat their house with respect. And, in a sense, that's exactly what we try to do. We want to make sure that from the moment you call April to the moment that it's in the calendar, it gets to myself or Jeremiah, that at that moment in time, that whether or not we've seen you, met you before, but we know you. You're not just that, that customer number or anything like that. You're a human being to us, and we just try to make it personal.
Yep. Yeah, I tell you that. I think the pandemic kind of crushed the personal thing. I think it really hurt a lot of businesses, and a lot of them haven't figured out how to come back from it. I think you guys have. I mean, I've heard you guys talk. I've met April. You guys are a great team. I remember meeting you guys there at the Chicago Pizza there in Trafalgar when we first met. I really was impressed by just how genuine you guys were. So I think that's I hear a lot of businesses say that, but you guys actually do it, and that's awesome. We aim for
that.
I mean, this is our livelihood. It's not just a company. It's not just a job. Like this is our livelihood. I've got 3 daughters and a wife. Jeremiah's got his daughter. And then the people that we employ, they all have families, and
that's right.
It's not just about what Jeremiah and I can do. It's about taking care of everybody. I mean, even from us to them, I mean, it really is. It's all about the families.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, you guys can work on several different brands. You're EPA certified, you're bonded, you're insured and licensed. That's really important, folks. Don't let anybody in your house that's not insured, bonded, or licensed to do any type of work. And they don't have it, you're going to be sorry, probably.
Yeah.
Translate. Do what?
So we see it daily.
Yeah, I bet you do. Translate what it means for the homeowner listening. Why should those credentials matter to them when they're picking a company?
So we'll start with the EPA. The EPA, we have to have the EPA license to haul, install, recover any type of refrigerant. Basically the Freon, if most homeowners know it as Freon in your air conditioner. That's an important one. It means we're certified by the actual EPA, which is a government certification. To do that, we have to take a class, we have to take tests, pass the test, and get certified. Insured and bonded, that basically means that if anything happens to your home or any of your goods in your home, our insurance is going to take care of all that if there are any damages. We have had mistakes happen in the past, but it's always corrected. And usually it's very minor mistakes. As far as licenses go, you have to trust the company you're hiring, and you want to make sure they're licensed by the city or state or county that you're living in. We hold a Morgan County license, which is recognized throughout the surrounding counties.
That's statewide.
Statewide. Yeah, it's recognized statewide. So if we went up to Kokomo or anywhere up north, we would just get authorization with our Morgan County license to be able to work further.
Okay. Yeah. So if you guys actually wanted to travel like north, say to Lafayette, you guys actually have to transfer your license, kind of transfer to the Tippecanoe County area?
Yeah, you get a hold of the city, any type of permits office, things like that, and they recognize it. If they are picky at all, but we've never had an issue with our own license being recognized. Sometimes you have to if you're planning on doing a lot of work there, you may have to go in there and get your specific. But because of the credentials with Morgan County, which is the most strict that we know of that we've ever dealt with, that's the reason why they recognize it, because it's not an easy test. It's not like what makes things hot, what makes things cold. Like it's a real test. I mean, there's schooling that goes along with that, to be able to at least pass it.
I mean, I'll openly tell you, I failed the test twice before I got my license, which means I took the classes 3 times.
Yeah.
Well, it was a hard test.
Yeah, and that's good to know. I mean, I'm glad it's just not something simple, because heating and cooling is just a tad bit important to everybody, especially in the wintertime. We didn't have air conditioning in our house until about, I'd say 5 years ago.
Wow.
And, you get used to it, but then you get used to having air conditioning, because I really like to have the air on at nighttime when I sleep. During the day, I don't care.
Yep, my marriage wouldn't have lasted that long.
Yeah, well, ours has, but we enjoyed it. But now as we said, you guys service and repair all brands, not just Carrier or Brian or whoever they are all out there. Why is it important to you, and how does the ongoing training factor into keeping your techs sharp?
Technology changes. I mean,
last year.
Oh my gosh, there's been so much changes. I mean, within the last few years, there's been so many changes. Even with the change of refrigerant, the 2 new changes because it's flammable. There's a new sensor that has to be on each one of these coils that has to be, wired into your furnace. So not that it will blow up, but so it doesn't blow up, so it doesn't catch fire. I mean, they dilute the air so that, it doesn't.
They take all precautions for safety for the homeowners.
Yeah.
I mean, technology when it comes to, we thought it was a big deal when they started doing Wi-Fi and thermostats. And now, I mean, you can literally talk to your thermostat. You can do all types of things. So to be able to keep up with that, because it's in the end, it's about comfort, but the government, which is, more concerned with efficiency, with the way technology is, with the communicating systems, it puts the best of both worlds. So it makes it easier for people that aren't real high tech, but they know how to use a phone. You just touch it,
right?
And it makes things so much easier for them too.
And having our guys trained and they go in the homes, that takes the worry off of the homeowner having to worry about, do these guys know what they're doing?
Yeah.
So now, do they
continued education is important
to send them to training, or do the manufacturers provide a lot of that?
Combination of both.
Yeah.
Yeah. So normally we go to like a specific warehouse or a supply house to get the training.
Okay. All right.
And then we just did the Carrier factory tour about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
To where we actually got to walk through the factory and watch them build the air conditioners and furnaces, and
that'd be cool.
Build everything and bring it all together to a finished product in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
That would be cool. Was that up in Indy?
Yeah. Up there off of Morris Street.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. I think that stuff is intriguing to me. It's interesting as all get out, seeing something being made.
Yeah.
I always.
The testing that goes along with it is wild. It's not just a simple turn it on and that's what it is, or put it together. Like, they've got some of these rooms, they said cost millions of dollars for each room, and they have, for how well can it, how quiet is it, how how low of a temperature, how high of a temperature can they run, the spraying of water to see the acidity, to see how well the coils will last, especially during they're out west or down south like Florida, where salt water is in the air real bad. It's just wild. It's not just a simple, oh, look, they're building a furnace. Like, it's an all day process to go through there and see all the different things that they do.
Yeah. And I can imagine the technology has changed in that, just like it has in everything, so quickly now. And I think that's cool. Now, indoor air quality is something on your service list. That's become a bigger and bigger conversation, I would assume, nowadays. What are your customers asking about now, and that they weren't, say, asking 5-10 years ago?
We get a lot of requests for humidifiers in the wintertime.
Okay.
Humidifiers is a big factor. Mold, bacteria, cleaning the air better, a lot of UV lights and filtration systems.
Now, do you guys clean the vents, the air? Is it the
ductwork?
Ductwork, thank you.
No, we don't.
No, we don't anymore. We used to, but we had issues out of the manufacturer repairing a piece of equipment, and they fell through. They right during COVID, and unfortunately, we took a big hit with that because we paid for this big piece of equipment, and it ended up not being repairable by anybody. So we kind of walked away from that, but we have a few people that we recommend and stuff.
Yeah. Nice. Well, it's good to have connections, because you can't sometimes do everything, right?
Right.
And I get that. So let's turn to some common questions that for homeowners or from homeowners. Let's help the folks listening at home. What are the signs that a heating and cooling system is nearing the end of its life versus something that just needs a repair? I mean, that would seem to be hard at times with all the technology and everything that they have out there.
I'd say the big thing is utility bills. watching your utility bills, which, you know, the way things are, you know, everybody's utility bills continue to rise as it is, no matter what. But when they get to the point where you can't, you know, it's hard to afford the month by month, or you're starting to see that it's, you know, it's causing more and more. You know, that's definitely a sign. Just maybe start looking into it. Also, multiple repairs, weird noises. I mean, I know it's a small thing, but you know, any of that can really, depending on the situation, it can definitely kind of go back and forth on whether or not we're going to repair or it'd be better off to replace.
Now, do you guys, I assume, offer preventative maintenance agreements?
Oh yeah,
Yes, sir.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's recommended by the manufacturer to have them serviced every year as well.
yeah, and that service means cleaning the coils, the air filter, putting in new air filters, or new filters, not air filters, I guess. Well, I guess they are. But you know, why is that? Is that usually an extra cost to have that service agreement?
It is, yes. It's you get 2 visits a year, and this is pretty much any company that offers these. You get 2 visits a year. We offer a discount, like a free service call once a year with that service plan, and then any discount on any kind of repairs if there were any needed that be applied to the homeowner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you guys do work on, you know, the units you see outside, but also these new things called split level or split zone?
Mini splits.
Yeah.
Yep. We do. We work on and install them and
Okay.
maintenance them. Yep.
Okay.
everybody has one in our family.
Yeah. Yeah, we all have them.
You know, we got some, I'd say 6-7 years ago in the house. That's how we got air conditioning finally.
Yeah.
Because there's no ductwork in this house. So
Right.
we have the old, they heat up brick at night, and then a fan blows the heat out during the day. So it heats up during, they were back in the mid 90s. They came out with that, and the electric company had a big sale on them, like 70% off. And it's the only way you could afford to put something in this house when we moved in. So that's what we did. And you know, nobody works on that. Nobody. The electric company doesn't. There's a company that used to charge $400 just for a phone call if you had a question, but nobody would work on them.
And what type of unit is it?
They're called ETS, external thermal storage units is what they are. They heat up the brick during the nighttime, and then during the day there's a fan that blows the heat off that brick. I mean, it gets up to 1,800 degrees in there to heat that brick up. And
Oh wow.
yeah, I had it off and had a gun on it, checking the temperature, and as soon as it came on, it was up like 1,300, and like within a minute, it was to 1,800 heating up.
Oh, wow.
So pretty impressive, but like I said, nobody works on them now. They did a good job, brought your cost down and stuff, because you got a lesser electric cost doing that, heating it up at night, which was interesting.
Yeah.
But that didn't make any air conditioning, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So the new systems is a real investment. You have to, you know that. And you guys partner with a finance company, Wells Fargo, to help people get on the financing.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep.
Walk us through how that helps a homeowner who gets hit with, you know, a really unexpected failure, has to replace the whole unit. That can get pretty costly.
Oh yeah. So we did an install yesterday. It was upwards of normally about $16,000. Now they went really high efficient. They went 2-stage. You know, every which way possible. They almost the absolute best system that they could buy. But this is going to be the forever home, so it was important to them about what's going to save on utility. But so for a homeowner that's, you know, buying that type of system, we offer up to 10 years financing. So when it comes to that, you know, if you stop, and now there's always finance fees, and that's not on us. That's on Wells Fargo or your financing company that you're going to finance through. You know, so there's a certain percentage that they charge. So if it's $16,000 plus whatever percentage they want, And then on top of that, so in the end, you're instead of throwing out $16,000, you're looking at, a couple $100 a month. It's honestly less than a car. A car payment. It's way less than that. But what people have on a daily, monthly basis, it's less than that. But we can offer any financing all the way from, really whatever you want to finance. If you want to finance a humidifier, we can finance a humidifier.
Right.
But we financed it where it's cost homeowners $40 a month.
Wow.
It's as low as basically whatever type of system you're wanting to put in. So once you sign up or you get on our website, they can automatically apply for it and kind of see where they're at. And then once we speak with them, we can go over everything. And then once we discuss with Wells Fargo, hey, this is how much it's going to cost, and they kind of get a final thing. So it's kind of like a pre-approval, just like you would with a house or a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's got to be pretty helpful, I would think.
Oh,
a good selling point.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
A lot of your expensive repairs can be financed as well.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, you mentioned something. Now, explain to me what a two-stage system is. What's different about what you normally? Is there a one-stage? Is there a three-stage? What do those mean?
So with a single stage, it's your basic run-of-the-mill air conditioner, or furnace even. When it kicks on, it's 100% electricity, 100% gas, or whichever route it's going to go. Two-stage, it'll start off at around 70%, 60 to 70% electricity for the compressor or gas for the furnace itself. And then once it runs for a short time, or depends on thermostat communication device, it will either automatically kick up if need be, or the system itself now they automatically know when it needs to kick itself into that high stage. So you're saving a lot of electricity, you're saving a lot of gas, and there's also variable speed. What is the other one? Modulating, where I think it has up to like 18 stages of different. Yeah, I know it. But it starts off so low, but when it comes to the air conditioners, with that, it's about efficiency, but it's also about quiet. These mini splits that you see, or these modulating units now, until they kick into full speed, you can't even hear them.
No.
You'll never even know they're running.
They operate more on a wave cycle.
Yeah. Versus
Yeah.
just a hard hit.
Well, I tell you, that's funny because, when I remember showing my age here, but I remember when cars started getting computers, right?
Right.
And you had one computer in there, and now cars has got 13? Just an unlimited. It's really scary if you got to really work on your car, because I used to work on my cars. 350 engine was a beautiful thing to work on, but you can't do it nowadays unless you know what you're doing. You got the equipment for it, that's for sure. And I'm sure that's the same thing for you guys. The type of equipment you had 10 years ago is probably not the same type of equipment you're hauling around today. And I would bet it might be even smaller because it's more advanced.
Yeah. There, we've seen with furnaces, it's funny. Furnaces have gotten shorter. They've gotten smaller, but they're able to produce more airflow type thing, or heat, just due to materials. But air conditioners, they got bigger, they got heavier. Yeah. So the bigger, the more efficient you're wanting, the bigger the units are. But it's definitely, technology has definitely changed when it comes to that.
And talking about technology, the HVAC world is changing fast. New refrigerants, heat pumps, smart thermostats, and all those things. What should a homeowner be paying attention to over the next couple of years?
Well, as far as what their systems are going to be like,
what do you think they're going to be like?
They're going to continue to get more efficient. They're already working on a new type of refrigerant. They're estimating it'll be out in about 7 to 10 years.
Wow.
Unfortunately, costs are going to continue to go up. As manufacturers, their technology changes, just like vehicles. You used to be able to buy a brand new vehicle for, a couple $1,000s. Now to buy the same type of vehicle, but because it has all that sensors and stuff, it's, control boards and whatnot. The prices are going to continue to rise, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And, so a lot of people, they stop to think, oh, well, that seems expensive. that's not on us. With us being a small company, we're able to keep our costs low because we don't have the huge overhead of some of these larger companies. And we don't try to compare ourselves. We don't care what these other companies are doing. We want to make sure that we're taking care of, our families are taken care of, and because in the end, that's kind of what life's about. We just want everybody to have a good life. So, but as the costs continue to go up, we're kind of stuck in a corner too. On, it's going to continue to cost us more. It costs you guys more too. The more sensors they put in, the more stuff that they're doing along with it. It's just
as technology grows, so does everything else.
Yeah, I tell you, and I think about that, and technology has changed like crazy. And how is AI, do you think, going to play into the HVAC? I mean,
it has.
It already has. I mean,
Alexa.
I mean, a lot of these people want to try to fix stuff themselves, so AI can answer some of those questions for them.
Yeah. So when you guys, that kind of brings me to something. These new systems, it's probably not a good idea to work on them unless you know what you're doing. I mean, it really makes sense to have you guys come out.
Yeah. One control board can cost you a couple $1,000s if you think, it's like the old thing, the old capacitor or something like that. The new boards got capacitors, but they're built onto them.
Yeah.
So you short that out. Don't be mad when we got to come there and we tell you it's going to be a couple $1,000s. That's our cost. Like, we got boards, control boards that are big as our heads or bigger. So it's all about technology. So there's certain things you definitely can try, but when you open your panel, just stop. I mean, save yourself some time, whether you're going to get shocked. It's safety.
And then a lot of this AI will tell you how to do it, but you don't have the tools for it.
Right.
Whether it be something simple like a screwdriver or a multimeter. I mean, if you don't have the tools, then you got to go buy tools. And so it's just
safer.
Yeah.
Call us.
But AI is going to change the world. It's already doing it. And it might affect some businesses more than others, but we don't really worry about it just because ours is more hands-on technical versus digital.
I don't think you'll have a robot come in and change your furnace.
I hope not.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think that's going to happen for a while. At least not at my house. I know that for sure. So you guys have been together now about 13 years, you say? Total, your business has been open?
Yeah.
And how many employees do you have now?
After us, we have 4 others.
Nice. And see, that's what makes these podcasts to me really enjoyable, and so glad that we can help bring businesses like you out to the community, let them get to know you guys, see the value that you bring, because I think we lost a lot of that, especially during the pandemic, and I think we need to bring a lot of that back. And I think people are not wanting to, and this is why a lot of the they're not wanting just to deal with national companies and things. They want somebody local, like it used to be. And I think you can be local and still be high tech and know what you're doing, right? It's right. Still, you can still do the job just as good as any of them. You guys are trained just as well as the others. There's not much difference except for you're local and you're here in Martinsville ought to feel lucky. Morgan County ought to feel lucky having you guys here. So going with that, what's next for HRS Heating and Cooling? Any growth, any new services? What kind of goals are you guys working towards right now?
Well, growth is always an expectation. I mean, we always want to grow. We'd like to get a couple more guys under our belts, to work with us. I don't know. I mean, we always want to strive to be better than we are today.
Yeah. And how do you guys? Are you finding the job market being able to find qualified people or people wanting to be techs very easy? Yeah.
No. A lot of people, they don't. They either don't want to work or they. Not to sound weird in any way, but a lot of people think that they're worth more than what they are. That they deserve to have that extra. I want to get paid $30 an hour for sweeping. I'm sorry, but we can't afford that. Because at that point, that's where the prices are going to continue to rise. Because each person has to get paid. And so, there's definitely that type of issue that we have. people are more worried about computers or doing that type of thing, which is fine. But if you're not going to get your hands down dirty, that there's a problem there, and that's where it starts to lack. A lot of these large companies, it's easy for them to have a big revolving door, people they hire and they let go, back and forth.
Turnover rate.
Yeah, high turnover rate, and that's not what we try to do, because we'll fill you out. I mean, my brother and I, we've been doing this long enough, and we'll fill you out pretty fast, because you can be good at what you do, but if you don't have the morals, if you're not willing to be respectful to that homeowner, or if you sit down and we have a discussion with you, we have that weird feeling about you. It's not because we're judging you. It's because at that point we got to worry about what's entering into these people's homes. And
that's right.
So
yeah.
So that's the big problem too. Is I'm not that we see theft or anything as a problem, but it's definitely hard nowadays to not get somebody that's just wanting to go in and out, because I don't want to pay you to have to go to the same person's house 3 or 4 times, because you just won't slow down, take the time, and to look. I mean, mistakes happen. We all have recalls. We all have little issues here and there. Certain things go over your head, but usually it's the second call out that we're like, why didn't we see this? A simple thing.
Yeah, I tell you, and I 100% understand what you guys are saying. That's for sure. So let me ask you this: what's the people want to get a hold of you? What do they do? Oh, I'm frozen.
I got a couple different options.
Yep.
You can always call us. Email. You can go to our website, Facebook, Instagram. We're everywhere.
Do you have give me your phone number and your website?
Website's www.callhrs.com.
317-535-0322 is our phone number.
All right.
Call. April will answer the phone. That's my wife. She'll be the one answering the phone. And then obviously you can find us on Facebook. Facebook's just HRS Heating and Cooling. I don't think there's anybody else like us. I mean, but if you get on our Facebook, you see a lot of fun stuff. It's not just about, look at the furnace we got funny videos. We do little different things. And him and I, now that we're
taking advantage of AI.
Yeah, taking advantage of AI. And we're looking to kind of start doing some more things, just to keep it fun. In the end, if you don't care about heating and cooling, it's not super fun. But the more you know about it and stuff like that. For us, I mean, the technology, like I said, the better it gets, the cooler it is for us. But that's why we try to lighten the mood, I guess, for
make Facebook friendly and fun versus it's and dull.
Yeah.
Well, you guys definitely are friendly and fun. I'll say that. I've enjoyed meeting you. I've enjoyed getting to know you guys over the years. And thank you both for coming in today, Nick and Jeremiah Harriet of HRS Heating and Cooling. And I appreciate you've been part of the community for a while. You were at our when we had the magazines. You were at our 5-year anniversary. So we just appreciate you guys being around and being part of Martinsville. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate you, Tim.
And to everybody listening, thanks for spending some time with us today on the Good Neighbors podcast in Morgan County. If you like this one, do us a favor, share it, get it out to people so we can grow. Leave us a review, and we'll see you on the next episode, guys.
Thanks, Tim.
Take care, Morgan County. See you guys.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpmorgancounty.com. That's gnpmorgancounty.com or call 317-743-2058.